It's time for the Alamo City Golf Tour Power Hour, featuring Travis Salkowski, Dustin Hassan, Casey Graham, Jason Bird, and Mike Germanuelli. Let's go. Good evening, Alamo City Golf Tour. Hello, Cookie Mafia. Hello, Third Flight graders out there. Welcome to the ACGT Tour Power Hour. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight. Super excited for the show. We got a lot of great stuff to talk about, a lot of great stuff to hear about from the past weekend at Riverside, and things we're looking forward to as we move into this last half of the season, really. We got a great show. Super excited. Let's bring the boys out. The man we know and love. Didn't see him this weekend, which was nice because I needed the points. Dustin Hassan.
Sorry. What is up, Cookie Mafia? What's happening?
What is going on, buddy?
Another lovely Tuesday evening, Tour Power Hour. I love it. I love it.
Awesome. Well, let's bring out the next man here, Jason Bird.
Birdman.
DH talking straight into the mute button.
Right into the mute, Bird.
All of that happens at work all the time. And we're like, it's like, how long can you go before someone tells you you're talking straight in the mute button?
Good gracious. Jason Bird, welcome. Welcome to the show. Glad to see you. Guys, you may notice we are one man short for the time being. Travis Salkowski feeling a little under the weather. Wish him well speedy recovery.
Get well, Trav.
He's getting some sleep
Drink
right
a
now.
lot of water.
You guys may not know this, but Travis pretty much works 24/7, and every now and then he needs to power down. And I think tonight was the night. But that being said, we do have a special guest, and honestly, one of my favorite guests to join the show thus far. And frankly, it's an overdue kind of situation here. It's Casey Graham. And we're going to get to talk to him about Riverside. We're going to get to just talk to Casey Graham in general.
I mean, he's in the opening title slide. Like, that dude's been avoiding us for too long.
I am glad to hear that softball season is over. And
yeah, this is a golf podcast.
This is a golf podcast.
I hate it.
So without further ado, let's bring out Casey Graham. Week 23 here of the ACGT Tour Power Hour. Casey Graham finally making an appearance, and I'm pretty stoked. Let's see if Casey's out there.
He's there. He's
He's
made an appearance before, right?
Has he made an appearance? Hello, Casey.
Everybody.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
Get that sexy beard.
Oh,
Oil in it for tonight, just for tonight.
he's getting ready for the holiday season coming up for his
The
new job in
comment
the mall.
section champion
Thanks, Bird. Appreciate
of the
that.
page has made it. What's going on, Casey Graham?
Oh man, it's like you said, it's softball season's over. I'm happy to finally be involved.
I mean, you're always involved. It's never a question of you're involved. Now we just get to see your beautiful face on the screen.
Yeah, attract more viewers. The viewership's going up.
I'm just seeing it skyrocket. We just hit a new demographic.
I mean, I've never seen this many viewers this early into a show. So, I mean,
what do we got? My phone, my mom, and my dad.
I mean, I'm logged in on 6 different things too, so that might be where that number's coming from.
Okay.
Whoops.
we paid you to stop playing softball. We got that live golf money. We're just paying you to be here now.
Yep. You just waited till the end of the season to take the money and run. Well, guys, really excited. Thank you all for being here. Everyone out there, super exciting show tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about Riverside. Really exciting weekend at Riverside to kind of cap off the final event at Riverside till 2024. That's a big deal. A lot of great golf played. The man right down below me had an incredible round that we're going to discuss more. We're going to talk a little bit about Mission del Lago, Northern Hills. We're going to jump forward to Almost Basin and really just kind of talk about the season winding down here, but at the same time, it's ramping up to playoffs. So Let's just dive right into it. Let's talk Riverside. Jason Bird, give me your thoughts on the course. Give me your thoughts on the weekend in general at Riverside.
Well, I mean, it's no surprise to anybody that, and everybody who hears this is going to think it's absolutely dumb, but I never play Riverside well. I couldn't tell you why. I struck the ball well. I don't putt well there. The greens are a little slow for my personal taste this week. I don't know. I never put
on TPC grade.
I mean, I never have ever played Riverside well. It's a bugaboo course for me. I guess the definition of well changes because I'm sure most of my scores there are just hovering around 75, 76, which to some people is most excellent. But you step at Riverside and you feel like you should shoot at least under par, and I just never do. I don't think I ever have at Riverside, to be honest. That might be the only trail course I haven't.
I don't think, and I feel kind of the same way. I will say Riverside's where I've probably. It might be where I have the most wins on tour over the years. Like I always play Riverside somewhat decent, but I usually play
you at Riverside.
That's right. We 2017 we met at Riverside. But I've always played Riverside well, but I always play it better in the spring season because we usually go there like in January, February when it can be cold. And that always plays to my favor. I love that kind of weather condition. But the golf course, I thought the golf course played pretty good. The greens were slow. I mean, I shot 75. I grinded. I think my first 7 holes, I think I had 7 straight lip outs. Like I just couldn't get the cup to take.
It's definitely like better than other courses. I mean, the drought's killing a lot of people, so it's hard to complain.
There was a lot of comments. I heard a lot of people commenting, "Oh, I wish they just cut it down, this and that." I'm like, you got to understand they're protecting the golf course right now. Let it be a little bit long. It is a little bit slower. Make the adjustment, but the greens look better. And they rolled a little slower than we would have liked, but by all accounts, they were still in great shape. I mean, you could still, control the ball on the green, and there wasn't any like really bad spots that you were trying to hit into. So I was pretty happy
as well with those.
It did,
greens. And
I mean, and that's kind of where I had the issue is I was slow greens. I was going just hard on my putts, and if I caught the edge, it just didn't want to drop, and that's just kind of what it is. But tough to get angry at a 75. I'll take that every day of the week. But it doesn't add up to wins in Champ Flight. What does add up to wins are under par scores, and I need to hear about this, Casey Graham. Like, talk us through the round. So for those of you who don't know, Casey Graham lost, unfortunately, Brian
Dishman.
Brian Dishman, I'm sorry. Brian Dishman, I believe Eagles 18 to beat you, which is insane.
Nice finish.
For a 67.
I'm sitting in the clubhouse all, like this, just kind of waiting, not expecting to win because if he birdies the last hole, he ties me and he beats me in the scorecard playoff. But I'm sitting there kind of like, there's no way, right? And then sure enough, I mean, you gotta have to expect it. That's what I get for not expecting it. And sure enough, he eagles the last hole and he beats me.
I mean, that being said, though, talk us through the round. Again, the greens were in pretty good condition. The course itself, I think, played really, really well. It was a little bit wetter than I anticipated in some areas, but the course played really well. You obviously found a rhythm out there. Talk us through the round. 68.
I mean, to me, I think Riverside played like Riverside, with the exception of maybe a little bit slower greens than normal. But like we've already discussed, I mean, we're in a drought. Nobody has water anywhere. So we got to expect a little bit thicker greens, a little bit hairier. But as far as Riverside, I mean, I think Riverside played Riverside. Usually, the fairways ran the same. But, I don't I don't know.
I thought the fairways were good for sure.
Yeah.
I thought the fairways were good. I had nothing but pretty favorable lies in the fairways.
Oh, we got science being posted in the comments. I love science.
Shout out to Ruben Caraveo. Thank you for watching the show.
That's right. That's why they're a little bit higher. That's right. Got to protect the course. Like she
I mean,
said.
is that? I mean, I guess just blow them up then. Put some new ones on there. Blow
I think
it
they're
up.
about to do that, Bert.
I think we're nearing that, aren't we?
328 Bermuda. I hate it.
I'll teach you how to read them Greensburg.
Oh,
Tournament.
I mean,
Hey, Ruben,
I was
can
a
we
little
get bent?
disappointed.
Let's
I
get
couldn't
bent
make it
grass
out
on
to
those guys.
Riverside. I couldn't make it out to Riverside this week. I like going out to Riverside. It's I mean, I think it's it's a fun course that we play on tour, right? It's for someone like me who sprays the tee ball a little bit on my off days, it's not going to kill me too much out there. I can blow it over a fairway or two and still be fine. So I miss being out there, but I'm glad to see a lot of low scores, a lot of good playing by Casey there.
Hold on here. I play enough golf with you to know that you just don't spray the ball that much. Like
Yeah, I was
you're acting
about
like you're acting like you spray the ball, but
like
have you played with me and Casey?
I will say, Bert, a year ago, I was all over the place with the driver. I think I've wrangled it in a little bit over the last 12 months, but I still have that residual mental picture, of just stepping up on a tee box and maybe hitting the famous push slice.
Oh yeah, I love the DH push slice.
Yeah,
you do that with your putts sometimes too, which is
nuts.
Yeah,
I hook putts too. I hook them. You ever seen those putts? I can do it.
I think my only regret for this weekend. So I recently purchased a chipper. For those of you who don't,
bandwagon.
For those of you who don't
Shout out
follow
to
Travis
T-South.
Salkowski's golf career, the chipper has managed to break a lot of hearts over the years, and he and I have talked about it. Ping recently released their chipper, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go try it. I'm not gonna put it in the bag necessarily, but I'm gonna buy it and try it. Spent some time with it. I hit it. I liked it. I was nervous about putting it in the bag, and Travis is like, don't change anything in the bag right now. You don't need to do it. Fine. I'm like, I run into situations on the golf course where sometimes I'm just sitting there like, I really wish I had the chipper right now. Like, I would say in the first 12 holes, I had 6 shots where I was just like, I should have had that damn chipper. I'm like, what? And I even walked back into Travis. I was like, I listened to you, and I was right to listen to you because you think better for me. But I really wish I had had that chipper.
Well, y'all can have it because Casey Graham ain't getting no chipper.
I mean, I just love the way it's spelled.
I do too. Thank you, Ruben.
Oh, look at that.
Wow,
look at that thing.
Looks like
it's the capital R that gets MD going. He's just like, capital letters unnecessarily. I love it.
I feel no shame. I honestly don't. At this point, if you know me, I love technology. I love testing out new equipment. I'll be honest with you. I haven't changed the putter out in months. I've had my driver for the entire season.
Proud of you.
I've had my wedges for the
season's only 2 months. We're only 2 months into the season.
The cost of one Stella is like
the entire year.
other
The entire year.
Okay.
The only thing that's made some adjustments in the bag are the irons, and I'm all Mizuno. I'm all in on my Mizunos. But you know what? The chipper just seemed like
chipper.
So here's the thing, and honestly, I liked the chipper specifically for Almost Basin come playoffs and for the PC. Because I don't think the chipper has any value to me out on any other golf course for the most part. But I feel like Almost is going to be one of those courses where I'm going to like it and I'm going to want to see it more often. And so that's where it'll make its official debut, at least for one round.
I mean, I saw Travis hit chipper from 125 yards in a fairway bunker at Whistling Straits to 10 feet. So
our caddy was speechless.
He was like, yeah, dude, that caddy was just like, caddy's name was Travis too, right? And so, yeah.
He couldn't believe it.
He was sitting there with the rake and he looked at both of us. He's just like, what the hell did I just see there?
I mean, honestly, I said it earlier, and that chipper has broke. I mean, the man wielding it has broken hearts. I mean, I played with him. I think he played with me on back in the day when we did the Friday night league at San Pedro, the par 3 deal on Fridays when you could earn a spot that way.
Oh,
Yeah,
those
the
were
skins
fun.
game.
Skins
Old
game.
Friday
in
skin.
the Skins game, which was awesome. Like I mean, hey, I had a blast. Sean Vidal was always out there. Doug Hawkins is out there. All those
Sean
guys.
Vidal
are
was
out
the
there.
king of the
Hey,
Friday skins.
Dude,
Sean-
Doug
Sean
Hawkins
was
spent his
king.
entire Friday out there.
Yeah, he would play 30 rounds. I
Yeah.
mean,
And Sean still kicked his ass every
Yeah.
Friday.
But
Sorry,
I'd go-
Doug.
but I went out and played. I don't remember who I was playing with in the group, but Travis decides to come play. And I'm like, oh, I'm playing so good, this and that. I'm talking a little smack. And we play like a little like 4-hole, just kind of like just see who wins kind of deal. And he flies the green on 9. He's almost on the chip in the chipping area. And he just walks up to it and he's like, I got you, MD. Hits it, 1 hops, goes in, he wins. And I'm like, and he does that every time. Like I play with him almost every other weekend when we're free. Like he loves to come up here and play at Twin. And every single time he does something ridiculous with that chipper that just pisses me right off.
Oh, I
And
just
you know
love
what?
when he hits a bad shot and he sees where it ends up and he's, oh, that's perfect chipper.
A perfect chipper.
Perfect chipper.
Says that a lot though, doesn't he?
Yeah,
I mean, pretty much every shot that isn't the chipper, that man is saying, "Oh, should have been the chipper." But I also want to call out a couple of things from the weekend. First and foremost, for those part of the Cookie Mafia, you guys who joined this weekend got an awesome cookie.
Yes, I did.
Southside swing.
The sizzling summer
That's
Southside
great.
swing in full effect.
Yeah.
Shout out to Laura Lewis, Cake Place, and more. These cookies not only looked fantastic, undoubtedly taste fantastic, and I mean just great. I mean, again, it's so cool to see every week something different. And I think that this was a really cool cookie to kind of say goodbye to Riverside for the time being. We're super excited for the renovations and
We won't see
seeing that.
Riverside until 2024 ACGT tour event.
Travis at like 6:00 at night sends me this, which I thought was perfect. That was
cool.
we had that posted up on the Facebook.
Are they
page.
keeping that old clubhouse? Do we know? Is Ruben on?
I don't know.
I don't know if I read any renovations to the clubhouse.
I didn't see any
that they sent out.
It's taken a lot of pictures down. There's a lot of pictures have been taken down, so I don't know.
I was gonna
It
say I
very
I
well
kinda
may be
like
the
that
case.
clubhouse. I think that clubhouse is somewhat like it's got a little bit of charm.
Yep.
I assume they're
completely
going to repave the parking lot. I mean, I think that's a no-brainer, right?
Yeah,
I think they're going to make a lot of good. I think they're going to make a lot of good changes. You know, again, I think the
Like
gentleman who-
16's being blowed up. That's like the best change I've ever heard.
That's going to be super exciting. I think that's going to be again 2024. Be it Riverside for your chance to earn the new low score record.
Oh,
That's
right.
always fun. We got to have one of those.
Yeah.
So that's a fun thing.
I think the
it's just
changes
gonna
will be significant enough.
I think the changes are definitely going to be significant enough. And I think the tour is doing a lot of good things to make sure that that the courses stay in great shape, stay competitive. And these changes are good changes. And the gentleman who designed Almost Basin is the one who's overseeing these. So that'll be really cool. One of the other big things I wanted to call out, obviously, DH, I don't think obviously you weren't there, but you saw it in the text messages. Let's talk pace of play this weekend.
Oh, great.
yeah.
Because that was awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think I was the 3rd group out. So I know Casey's group played really fast. You guys stayed pretty much ahead of us the whole time. My group got up to 18 green. We had 4 putts around the hole. And I kind of called out. I was like, guys, we got 5 minutes. We've got like maybe 30 feet of putts or less combined right now. We have 5 minutes to put these balls in the hole. And we finish in under 4 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that was with me dragging my feet walking.
Oh,
So,
wow. That's great.
It was awesome. And I think that
Travis
pace,
always says, if you're not waiting, you're the slow group.
I think the pace.
No,
held
no,
up
no,
really
I didn't
well.
wait at all. I didn't wait at all at Riverside. I don't know if I believe
Nah,
you,
Bird,
Dustin.
you slowed it up, man.
He did. We
Played at
finished up the round.
3:45.
Casey and I are sitting in there doing scoring. We have the 8:20 group in,
Yeah.
and we're sitting there for like an hour, just like, where the hell
Well-
is Bird's group?
Well, when you're shooting 95, you got to take the time to line
Yeah,
up your.
I was just gonna say
listen.
Did Bird take 30 more strokes than me or
I
something?
mean, it takes a few seconds to line up your fourth putt.
Like,
So
there was
when
a
you have a
search
few of
party out there.
those, like it's just it takes time. It's a process. You gotta
That
walk it
6-foot
out.
fourth putt, that 6-footer fourth putt. It's a
Yeah,
tricky
you
one.
gotta do the aim point express. You gotta read it from both sides.
Oh my
Gotta
God.
read the grain in the cup. You gotta get eye level. That
Bird,
fourth
every
putt-
shot counts. Bird,
every shot counts.
Every
Travis
shot counts.
beats it into me. So
You think those 35 points Bird got this weekend just came naturally?
listen,
I mean,
I
just
am
having a
so-
pulse gets
Do
you
we know
15,
pace
but
of
like,
play for the
I've
last
s-
group? Do we know what the last group finished in?
I think they finished.
in champ play, I think we finished in 445.
Jesus.
That's
How about
wild.
like overall?
I think
or last
overall
group
we
of the
stayed at
day?
less than 4 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think the whole
was-
field was like 425.
Yeah, I mean the pace was absolutely fantastic. I think that comes back to one, the incredible awareness of all the golfers out there.
Yep.
Again, the continued there. I played with a gentleman who hadn't played before and had asked why we'd moved, why weren't we teeing off number one, and there were a couple of people who had asked that question, and I'm like, for the sake of pace of play, everyone wants to get on two. Laura Lewis actually real quick commenting 405 was the final group,
Great pace.
which is fantastic.
Thank you, Ambassador
thanks,
Laura.
Laura.
Thank you, Laura. But oh golly, I lost where I was going.
But no, you're right. People are going to go for number 1 and 2. So that's
People were
going to
go for
slow
number
up
1 and
pace of
2
play right off the bat. So,
starting out on 10 is just kind of the go-to move. I think that played really well. I think the golf was really, really good. And I think, and kind of correct me if I'm wrong, I know we were missing some players and stuff like that, but like me being in champ flight tells me that there was either a lot of people missing that needed to be, that weren't there, or it was, we saw some higher handicap golfers in the field this weekend. I know we saw plenty of new golfers, and you know what? They all kept up the pace. I mean, they kept up pace. They knew what they needed to do, and that's just awesome to see. Shout out David Falconer, 4 hours and 10 minutes. That is a hell of a pace. I mean, that's the kind of stuff.
Yeah, and that's a good call too, MD. With the new golfers coming in, new golfers be a little apprehensive, a little nervous, a little just kind of on their heels a little bit. You can tell that didn't play a factor. With as many new golfers as we had, averaging around a 4-hour pace, people pretty much finishing 405, 410. I mean, 21 new golfers.
21.
That's fantastic.
Lord Master Graham has appeared.
The awareness is crucial. We want to keep that awareness right going into this final stretch of the summer season. We've got Mission Del Lago coming up, individual stroke play. We all know how Mission Del Lago can play, the 2-man at Northern. So awareness is always key. Keep that up. Golfers doing a great job. I mean, and it shows with that pace of play. And this is multiple tournaments in a row where we've had fantastic pace of play. So
yep. And I think Mission will be a really good test. Let's jump into Mission a little bit. I want to just jump right into the fact, whether people know it or not. I know we announced it to maybe the first flighters or the second flighters hanging around at Riverside, but ACGT Tour, be on alert. We talk every day. Whoever does Facebook for the Alamo City Golf Tour or ACGT Tour page talks about it all the time. Every point matters. Well, Mission Del Lago, if you aren't signed up, guess what?
Double
point.
Doble.
Double.
So
point.
if I win Mission Del Lago, will I jump to first place in the points?
You will be in the cut line.
Oh, yes, I can make playoffs.
Hell yeah.
I just got to get in, shoot a few 80s, and be good to go.
You got it, Bert.
Oh, go ahead, Case.
No, I was saying he's got it. He's got it.
I have no doubt Bird's going to be right in playoffs. Playoffs. That's Bird's sweet spot. But to do that, we got to go through Mission, which I'll have some video hopefully up here Thursday or Friday. For those of you who don't know, Mission has undergone a little bit of cleanup around the golf course to an extent.
We'll call it a facelift.
Call it a facelift, let's say. So there's some changes that have been made. We're going to have some really cool before and after drone footage fly over that I'm going to get posted and out there for you guys to kind of see. For those of you who haven't gotten to Mission Del Lago yet, I know Laura and Sean, I think Steven's been out there. I know a lot of people have been out there and seen it. They're excited. It looks really nice. I think the golf course, when I was there the previous week shooting stuff initially, looked to be in great shape. So Mission's going to be really exciting, and it is the final stroke play event of the regular season, and double points. I mean, it's one of those things. I think I don't think any spot is truly safe on the leaderboard right now, and we'll get to the new lead points leaders. But double points makes an impact.
250 for first.
Mission Del Lago has the Formula 409 Bermuda, right? Is that right?
I could not tell you.
I'm going to agree with you.
See if Ruben chimes in.
Ruben has taken over Casey's spot as chirping in the chat room.
I love it.
So that I think we're cycling through. So Mission Del Lago, double points, guys. Again, that's going to be super exciting. Double points are always cool. I need double points.
You don't need it.
I know a lot of people out there need it. But you know what? You know what's just really kind of exciting and really fun to see is how many people are playing really good golf right now.
Yeah.
And the people who are doing it,
just rub it in.
Casey Graham, the work he's been putting in is unreal. It's paying dividends. Tim Hoyos, we'll talk a little bit about some of the winners tonight. We'll go through them. Tim Hoyos, again, he won at Cedar. Pulled another win this weekend. He's playing great golf. You look at Sean Sexton comes out with a fun win this weekend. That's awesome to see.
He's the assassin.
Dennis Danowski. We've seen Dennis Danowski in the top 3 in probably every event in the summer.
Yep.
And who can forget Sean Vidal? I mean, probably the hottest golfer on tour right now. I mean, he's just lighting it up week after week.
Figuratively. So, I mean, it's so cool to see all the great golf being played right now. Again, I think this is just kind of speaking to the level of caliber that we have of golfers out there. Actually, you know what? Mr. Espinoza with a great call out. Chris Espinoza played amazing. His game.
Yeah, I think he shot even.
Chris shot even.
I don't know. It may or may not be his best tour around it.
I think it is, but I mean he's been playing good. And it's gotten better and better week after week. It's great to see Chris playing good golf. I mean, it's just super exciting to see everything going on the tour right now.
Well, and now's the time, MD. Right now's the time to play your good golf. If you're going to play well,
champions are born during the playoffs, during this time of season. This is where you kind of put up or shut up. I can speak. I can tell you, some people just pack it in. Some people grind it out. So
this is the time to get hot.
Fun fact. Fun fact. Event number 5. I'm taking the fun fact from Travis tonight. We've had 301 different players through only 5 events this season.
That's awesome.
301 different players that have played.
And that is just awesome to see. That's awesome to hear. Guys,
good job, Chris.
Chris, good job. I know he's working hard, so that's really great to see that's paying off for him. To everyone out there watching, we can't say it enough. We appreciate everything that you guys do with the tour, coming out and playing every weekend, telling people about the tour. We have people coming in from all over Texas now, it seems. I mean, we have people flying in from Dallas. We have people driving in from different cities across Texas to come play because they hear about the things that we have going on. Continue to tell people about the tour. Continue to share it on your Facebook page if you see us post and stuff. We're continuing to, our passion here is to grow the game of golf, to make sure everyone has fun in this environment that builds an opportunity to play competitive golf in the friendliest and funnest environment possible. And I think that's something that's being done so well here. So 301 new golfers or 301 different golfers is incredible numbers. So that's that speaks volumes to not only the people out there who continue to, come see us week after week, but also to the ambassadors and all the work that they do behind the scenes to make it such a great environment that people just say, hey, I got to be back here next week. Hey, I got to get my buddy to come out and play. So big shout out to everyone for that.
And that only tells us, MD, right? What? Sign up early because the events will sign out.
Yep.
I mean, it will sign out. They're going to continue to sign out. We're on I don't even know the number of the streak at this point, but it's well over 20. So sign up early.
I mean, every event this calendar year is sold out for sure.
Yep. Every single one. And then let's also just kind of call out the fact that, like, right now Mission is available to log in, get signed up. Northern Hills is open. And then I believe this week, once the newsletter goes out, Almost Basin and the PC Open will officially be available for registration. So the last 3 events, get signed up quick, and signed up early. These are going to sell out really quick. Northern Hills, Jaybird, do you have an update by chance on signups at the moment?
For which event?
Let's go Mission for right now. Let's talk Mission. 120 spots available. We're probably at like 95 signups right now.
I don't think it's that high. I think we're about halfway signed up right now. It's still early in this. It's still early in the cycle.
We still do have.
We're just a little over. We're just a little over halfway, which is on pace to sell out again. I mean, it's not.
I got overexcited. I just
kids are going back to school. This is the time of year where the last few events of summer have traditionally not been 140 person blowouts, but I think the last hurrah was the Bragg 2, man, where we were on pace to sell out 190, 200 people. The course just couldn't accommodate it, you know. But with school coming back, I think we'll get to the 120 easily, but I don't know if we're going to have that 120 with 30-man wait list like we've been having.
Probably not that crazy a wait list, but you know what? Again, I think with so many golfers, so many different winners that we're seeing, all these kind of things, there's no one, there double points on the line, all this kind of stuff. Everyone's still in it right now, potentially. So I think there's people out there who kind of know, hey, my game's ramping up to a point right now I cannot miss. Or there's guys who are like, you know what, this is going to be my tournament. I love this golf course. I got to be there. So get signed up fast. Look forward to seeing you guys. That's going to be really, really exciting. And then we'll wrap up at Almost. PC Open is going to be awesome again. We're going to be there for 2 days, crowning the PC Open champ. And then we'll be back there 3 weeks later, I believe, kicking off playoffs. So it's all going to go by really fast. It's going to go by really, really fast.
So whoever plays almost the best has a good chance of being on the team, is what you're saying.
There is something to consider there. Those who play almost get some practice there. It may be beneficial for you.
So, like, course record holder Bartholomew Wilson is going to have a advantage there.
Who is that?
Bart Wilson.
Not familiar.
Will Griffin course record.
No.
Bart Wilson.
Bart Wilson just
shot a 67 in the GSA, man.
Yep. Now it would be. It is not the tour. It's not the ACGT tour record, but it is the course record.
Still official. That's great.
Record.
Great job, Bart.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So let's jump into. Let's talk a little bit about some of the winners from this weekend.
DH?
Yeah, let's do it.
What do you want to start with, DH? You feeling?
We'll start right in Chant Flight. Yeah, we'll start right in Chant Flight. Yeah, we can start right in Chant. We talked about the net side, Casey Graham. Great round, Casey Graham. Chant Flight net victory. Officially inducted into the Cookie Mafia for the summer season there. So great job, Casey Graham. Congrats on a great score. And keep up the good play. I don't know if we got a picture of you that MD wants to put up, but
I am working on that.
We see you there. We don't need the picture.
I
But no, good job, Casey. Take nothing away from you. It's a great score, hell of a round, great playing. Keep it up, going to the final few events.
Yep.
And then on the growth side, we kind of alluded to it earlier. He mentioned it, Brian Dishman, 67, got it done on 18, eagle on 18 to take a one-shot lead over. I mean, that's great. So great job, B. Dishman. Dishman's getting back into the flow, playing well, former South Texas Match Play Challenge team qualifier. So, he knows what it's all about this time of year. He knows what's up for grabs. He knows what you're playing for. So don't think that Dishman isn't going to be around, here these last few events. Keep him on your radar. But good job, Dishman. Great playing.
Yep.
We'll roll down into first flight. We can do gross side. We got Tim DeHoyos, Timmy D with a 73 1 over, another former South Texas Match Play Challenge team qualifier last year, actually 2021. He was my partner in the two-man event day that day. But Timmy D keeping up the great play. That's awesome. I think he said earlier he picked up a win at Cedar. So this is another win, kind of coming into form, going into the playoffs, the PC Open into the playoffs. So good job, Timmy DeHoyos. Looking for a second spot on the team, maybe. Now on the net side, victory on the net side in first flight, we had Tyler Stromberg, 66. Great showing. Again, 2 shots over Dennis Danowski. Dennis, again, kind of always hovering up there. Got to watch this guy. He's not going away. So, keep an eye on him. He's another guy who can make a late jump here, kind of get into that top 3 position. People are looking for top 3 right now, with only a few events left. We've got some double point events, PC Open, always some big points there. Now's the time where we really start crunching numbers, really start looking at what's it going to take, where am I at? It gets real right now.
Season where everybody kind of waits until the end to see where the points update same day. So that's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's right. The people that didn't hang around much after the tournaments, the beginning of the year, they're hanging around now. But it's good. Keep it up. Good job, Stromberg.
I apologize for the technical difficulties here. My pictures are not where I thought they were.
No big deal. I'll roll right through it if you get into it, MD. Just pop it up. No big deal. We'll roll right into second flight gross. We got Dakota Albers, plus 375. That's a 2-shot victory over Ray Kang. Ray Kang, another former South Texas Match Play Challenge team qualifier. So some of those names, they're coming up. Yeah, it's a great stash there too, Dakota. Great stash right there. But great playing, enough for a 2-shot victory. Keep it up. We'll see if you can keep it up through the final few events. Maybe get you another cookie. Possibly, maybe in that top 3. Never know. And then we'll jump over to the net side. -7 1-shot victory over Edward Caney. We had Kyle Young winning on second flight net. Oh, look at little baby
with
there.
The baby.
Kyle. That's a great picture there, Kyle. Good job. I'm glad to see you get the win there, Kyle. Kyle's been kind of hovering in there, and going back into the match play in the spring season. Kyle's name has been up at that leaderboard. It's kind of been, like an EKG, but he's kind of coming back up now. So you got to kind of watch out for Kyle. Good job, Kyle, on the net victory there. Hell of a job there. And rolling right along, we'll get into third flight. We'll start on the gross side. Ray Perales, big 4-shot lead over there on the gross side. Third flight gross plus 476. So Ray, really good job. Keep it up. Hope to see you at Mission coming up. Keep up the hot play. Maybe get yourself another cookie at Mission. Mission's a little tougher than Riverside, but always good to get a win, get your confidence up. That helps you going into the next event. So good job there, Ray. And then our very own Sean Sexton, Goosehead Insurance, a Sexton agency. Sean Sexton with a net win, -765 for a induction into the Cookie Mafia. I believe this is Sean's first cookie of the summer season.
I do believe that to be the
first
case. He's still
cookie
taller
ever,
than me sitting down, which is
he's still taller than us sitting down. That's right. But Sean, one of our sponsors here, Goosehead Insurance, a Sexton agency, please make sure to check him out. There are QR codes all over the place, scorecards, emails, an insurance quote. This is your guy, Sean Sexton. Great job on your third flight net victory. And then to close it all out, we'll jump right into fourth flight, plus 678. Chris Schock with a 5-shot lead there in the fourth flight. That's pretty damn good there. 78, Chris Schock. I've seen his name up before in the leaderboard this summer season. This is another guy you're going to have to keep an eye out for. He's coming to play. He's coming for the deal. He's going to bring it here these last few events. So, Chris, your game is where it needs to be right now, winding down the season. Keep it up. Keep up that good play. Never know, you maybe get into the top 3, get yourself a spot on the team. If nothing less, definitely into the playoffs and continue that hot streak. So, Way to go, Chris. And then finally on the net side, Sherman Winky, minus 11 to win 6 shots over Mark Peel. That's Sherman Winky, our fourth flight net winner. Great shirt there. I mean,
look at that shirt.
He's giving Casey a run for his money with the shirt there.
Well, okay, hold on.
He needs to get some shorts to go with.
There's a little backstory.
Let's be very clear here.
Okay.
It is a beautiful shirt.
Yes.
If we were to play the game of who wore it best, I appreciate that you won a cookie, but I believe me wearing that shirt on Sunday, the advantage me with the blue pants.
I don't know.
Okay.
I like
MD was
like
rocking the same shirt.
Cookie with the shirt. So,
and funny enough, he walked out.
Shirt well.
He walked out, and I made a comment of like, "Well, that's some bullshit." Wearing my shirt, all this stuff, and apparently he went to the first tee and he's went, "Who's that dick wearing the same shirt as me right now?" And I'm like,
"Listen, I would have WD'd myself. I would have walked right out of there."
I was. If you've been watching this podcast, if you know me, Casey Graham, I would say was probably one of my biggest influences when it came to how loud can I be with apparel. And while they don't make pants for a man my size, I found shirts to be my way into this. And so I have made it a habit to debut a new shirt that no one should have, in theory, every week.
That sounds expensive.
The
wife is not happy.
She is. It is a good thing I have friends with discounts and people I can call. But to see someone wearing the same shirt as me was probably in my top 5 most devastating.
I have a new passion. I have a new passion now.
Like, I was so happy. Like when I went through that buying spree from Pins and Aces, and Casey Graham goes, "Hey, what shirts don't you have? I don't want to get the same ones." And I literally was just like, "These 3 are the ones I did not like. That's it." He's like, "Well, I can't buy any of them now." Perfect. For those of you wondering, the shirt that you just saw was from Sunday Swagger. They make absolutely amazing apparel. Go check them out. I have a lot of their shirts. Feel free to call me before you come play, and we can verify we're not matching.
God forbid.
Jeez.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, you would. It's kind of like wearing red pants and shorts. You would never want to match ever.
I love red shorts. It's a fun fact. You just look better in red shorts and pants.
That's right. Well, that cookie matched the shirt well, so I'm gonna give Sherman a thumbs up there.
I mean,
and,
I didn't
congratulations again to all our winners, all our flight winners. Way to go! Riverside's always one of those fun courses. You can get out there, kind of blast it around, have a little fun, really, really try to go low. I believe we have our ACGT tour record at Riverside. I believe Casey Carnes set that with a 10 under 62. So it's always a good course to get out there, go play, see how low you can really go. It's one of the courses. It's one of my more enjoyable courses to play for sure, just because of that fact.
Yep. And it was, again, I will tell you, I had a couple of people come up to me and they're like, "You know what? I saw the show this past week. Casey Carnes got me amped up. I want to go low." So shout out Casey Carnes. Appreciate everything you do for us. You got a lot of people kind of ready to go and coming out there with that mentality. There were people talking about how they were looking at Golf Genius differently and how they were coming out different. And that was just kind of cool to hear.
He definitely helped me. I'll tell you that.
The man doesn't necessarily have to be there to make an impact on what's going on. So big shout out for that. That was pretty cool.
You have an open mind.
Let's talk it.
So with all those winners brings points and a bunch of points. Now let's see how the top of the leaderboard shook up.
Let's see what's going on. Eventually.
I see points.
Yep.
There we go.
Perfect. Talk us through it. Because it's not showing up on my screen.
I see it.
Yeah, no, let's do it right at number one. Jeremy Seminger looks like he stays at his number one position for 2 weeks in a row, I believe, or two events in a row. Now, I believe he took it over 2 weeks ago. So hanging on to that number one spot. Sean Vidal holding the reins there at number two. Does not drop, kind of remains at that spot. But Timmy de Hoyos up 3 spots to our third place position there with his big win. So big movement there by Tim de Hoyos. Another Timmy Bowers there. Bowers down 1. Still though, top 4, very manageable. Still a good place to be going into the last few events. Roland Torres up 1 spot at 4. We got Jay Sandoval cracking the top 10. Actually, excuse me, he was T9 last week, up 3 spots. Sean Sexton getting into the top 10.
Big move.
Big, huge. I think maybe our biggest move of the week, up 30 spots. Up 23 spots from 30th.
Wow.
So great shot there, Sean. Then we got Dustin Weldon rounding it out at number 8. We got Ruben Ramirez up 2 spots. Steve Roberts down 4, and then Son Evans down 3 spots. All these players and more still have a chance. We got couple double point events. We've got the PC Open. Obviously, the higher you are, the better. But really, it's still anyone's game. It's still pretty close there up at the top. Looking for top 3 automatically qualifying for the South Texas Match Play Challenge team. Top 50 will get you into the playoffs. So still, regardless, if you're not in that display and that image there, top 10, still a lot to play for. Earn yourself a playoff spot. Just getting into the playoffs really can be someone's goal. I mean, someone has come in, I believe they were 99th going into the playoffs. Dan Aguilar one year, he had 1 point going into the playoffs and just ran it, secured a spot and qualified. I believe that was 2018. So, anyone who qualifies can statistically make that team.
We've had 2 players. 2 players qualify with 1 point starting in the playoffs.
I mean, you control your destiny.
And 250 points to the winner next weekend is going to go a long way to a lot of people.
Yeah, I think if I'm adding it up right, and I'm not messing up the team event, I think there's 700 points still available with the PC Open being 300 for the jacket.
That's right. I think you're right. Yep, you're right, Case.
I mean,
it's a lot of points up for grabs still. Anyone's game.
Nobody's safe.
Nobody's safe. And I think, again, this is, go practice with a purpose, and be ready. Every point matters. I mean, it is great to see that this many players are competing at this level. I mean, it's been a historic year for the tour for so many reasons. But to continue to watch just the golf being played and the level of competition here, I mean, it's just fun to watch at this point. So it's going to be really great as we finish up, and I mean, I'm looking forward to the playoffs and getting to Olmos and finishing it up at Brack. I mean, it is going to be a marathon of golf. I'm going to be staying at Travis's house for like 3 weekends in a row.
I'm sure he's got a project you could work on.
I'm going to be swimming. I'm going to be swimming.
There you go.
Go feed the horses.
There you go. Jeremy made a comment. He made it in 2020 with only 19 points.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it can be done.
Podsy.
It can
Gonna
be
have
done.
be a little
Yeah.
bit stronger than 19 points this year.
oh no, he's gonna have much more.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh,
well, that is
yeah.
fantastic. And guys, also want to give a shout out. Thank you all so much. If you didn't get a chance to see it at the golf course this weekend, don't know how you wouldn't have. The ACGT Tour merchandise table. This week we had the cooling towels there. There you go. Boom. Get those guys. Soak it down. Get it nice and wet. Wring it out. Cooling towel. I saw a lot of people grabbing those this week. That was really cool. So those came in handy. Those are fantastic. We also, and this I get to kind of get involved and help out with some of this merchandising stuff, and I did not know that this was coming. But stickers.
Oh, nice! I didn't even see those.
That is great. That is great. I love that.
Big shout out the stickers. I play on the ACGT tour. The ACGT tour stickers for the cars, all that stuff. Didn't know that was going to be there, and they were so cool. And I'm like, I need every single one of these, please. And for everyone out there, we are going to have more stuff coming. We want to highlight people part of the Cookie Mafia. So we're working on some Cookie Mafia apparel. That's going to be really cool. And we got a whole bunch of new stuff that we're working on to bring out to you guys. Continue to support the tour. Continue to rep for the tour. I love being able to have people come up to me. I mean, I was rolling around a warehouse today for work, and I'm wearing one of my tour caps, and someone walked up to me. They're like, "What's up with that hat?" And I talked to him for a little bit. Plays golf. Gave him the link to the website and everything like that. And I told him, like, dude, come on out and play, man. I'm like, you live South Austin. You can make that drive. I mean, it's cool to rep.
MD, I get the same thing when I wear the hat and I go out. Invariably, I get a question asked about what's the tour.
There you go, brother.
Holy, someone had a thesaurus. But I mean, that's kind of where I think we're at, guys. I mean, before we kind of sign off, we're at the 52-minute mark.
What kind of stats? We got any stats?
That's where I was going.
I mean,
Jason
I
Bird.
got tons of stats. What kind of stats do you want to know?
I want to hear what the hardest hole played at Cedar was.
Yep, that was one of our questions we posed.
Cedar? I'm gonna go find the Cedar.
I'm sorry.
Cedar,
Riverside.
Riverside.
I'm still in Cedar. Riverside.
Easiest and hardest across the flights. I mean, we had asked that question to.
So I know in the pregame talk we talked about how the greens were a little slow and how scores were low, and I made the comment to Dustin that the scores were actually much higher than they were in previous Riverside events. We did have 5 or 4 people shoot under par, but just to put it in perspective, last year at Riverside, Champ Flight had 9 people under par. I couldn't tell you what made Riverside play harder, but this is the second highest stroke average for a full field of any of the Riverside stroke plays in the database.
Wow.
So full field, not even just like narrowing it down. I don't have the kind of time to do it based on flight like that. I can only get it at a glance at full field, but I did pull up 2 other ones and looked at Fourth Flight and Champ Flight. And even with all the people going low in Champ Flight, it was still of the smaller sample size I pulled, it was still the highest stroke average for Champ Flight at Riverside that we have in the database. So I don't know what made it play more or less difficult. I thought some of the flags were kind of smart, a little bit sly. I didn't look at the pin sheet on the first tee shot. I kind of just rolled in and shot the shit with everyone at the starters tent, and then just hit my drive and hit a really good one. Hit a really good one. I thought it was perfect. Just slightly right of the flag, and turns out that the flag's tucked in the front right, and
that was a good pin.
Yeah, ended up making bogey. So the first thing I wanted to see was, particularly in Champ Flight or people who play the black tees who hit it maybe a little bit further and get it right by that tree that I was by. how 10, the first hole of the day, ranked for the black tees. And if you just filter out the black tees, so that's first and champ flight, that was the hardest hole on the course.
Really?
There was one birdie from the black tees on number 10.
And champ and first flight combined.
Correct.
I'm willing to bet you, because I was one of those bogeys. Either that was a chipper moment that I needed.
Everyone just ripping driver there. I mean, is that what it is?
So I think
driver
everyone
gets you into trouble.
I think the driver got people in trouble. I think that
Yes.
tree on the right-hand side, people are like, I'm going to take it down the right-hand side a little bit more. I hit a 3-wood just trying to keep it low, and I just caught the bottom end of the branches. It kicked out. It was only 150 yards out, but I'm on the right-hand side in a little bit of a dry patch. But now I've got that tree guarding the hole. And so I was 155 out, but I needed to carry it like 150 just to make sure that I caught the green.
That's where y'all were wrong. What you should have done is you should have done what I did, is pull your drive left into 18 tee box,
Yes.
chunk your chip, hit your next chip to 6 feet, and then make the putt. That's what you should have.
And I
mean, Sando did something very similar that also made par. Meanwhile, I hit a really good drive and made bogey. So I just thought that was interesting, because if you filter it out for the blue and green, it becomes the like 6th easiest hole from those tee boxes.
Okay.
So I think it has something to do with maybe people are just getting up there and blindly just cranking 300-yard drives, and it gets them in trouble.
Trying to loosen up on that first hole.
I mean, I don't remember the last time I walked out to an event and said I'm taking anything other than a driving iron off the first tee. Like, for me to hit a 3-wood to start my morning cold, I was like, I mean,
I never even thought about it. I was like,
getting
it's a short hole. I'm going to hit driver. I hit it what I thought was a good one.
It played harder than 16. It's hard for me to.
16's number 2 from the black tees. Full field, number 16 is
Casey. How did you play 16?
1. So
okay,
full field is number 1.
So what we did is we have two options off the tee there. Okay, of course the tee shot is a fade favorable tee shot. So if you hit a fade there, you hope that you finish in the opening where the trees split over the lake, so you can go 4-2. But if you pull it, you hope that you stay short of the pond there, and you're going over the fence, over the pond, going 4-2 anyway. It just so happened that as soon as I hit the tee shot, picked up the tee. At that point, I was feeling pretty good during the round.
Where were you at with your score at that point? Were you at like 2 or 3 under by then? Yeah.
It's 2 under going into 16, which would have been the 7th hole, and hit tee shot, immediately picked up the tee. It was perfect. I didn't know how far it was going to cut, whether it'd be short or longer than that opening, but get up there, and we played lift, clean, and place in our own fairway. So, place it right there. I had a perfect shot for opening, hit the hybrid about 10 yards short of the green, and then chipped it on, probably had 4 feet up the hill, made it for bird.
Boom.
Yeah.
Well, I will have you know that is the only birdie on that hole all day.
Well, that's why he got that skin money.
Good job, buddy. Good job.
That's freaking phenomenal.
All right, never mind. I had filters on. It was the only birdie from the black tees, so first or champ flight.
Still good.
Thanks,
all
Bird.
Right. Bird,
there was 2 other birdies in the other.
Talk to us about some of the easier holes.
I mean, we could all guess what the easy hole was, right? I mean, from all tee boxes, the number 18 rank is the same.
Number one.
Number 1.
Number
18?
1. It's number 1.
Number 1.
Yeah, I think 18 is I guess it would be the 9th. I think the 9th is by far the easiest of the par.
Well, that's the second easiest for sure. I don't think it's by far. Number 9, it plays 10th of a stroke under par from the black tees. Let's just see full field. Let's just get it all in here. Full field.
This driver 4-iron, make an eagle putt.
Number 9, full field was 5.39 average. Number 1's a 5.05. So full field almost played at par. So that's pretty incredible.
I like
Casey,
that.
1 and 9. How did you play those?
1 and 9.
Yeah.
One was just bomb driver, and if you're somewhat straight on that hole, you're gonna have a shot going for the green. And when I played it, I had a little bit of down breeze, so obviously that helps to reach the green.
Driver
And
wedge.
Just hit a good. I mean, I smoked 4-iron. I think I was still like 220 from the green, but smoked a 4-iron. It held the green, and I had probably between 15 and 18 feet for eagle. And then on 9 was my last hole of the day, and I just come off missing a 6-footer for birdie on number 8. So I was a little, I guess you could say, a little angry about that. So I just said, man, hit this as hard as you can to try to get past the trees that are on the right. Because I hit a big fade. My goal is to try to get past those trees. So I just swung as hard as I could, and I hit it, and it had just a baby cut on it, and it ended up finishing right down the middle. So it was by far my best drive of the day. And when I hit it, I was actually surprised how far it went down there, because it was against the wind. And I think on the second shot coming in, I had 182 going in. I mean, I'm sure there was better drives out there, but for me, I was surprised with 182.
I think Dishman only had 150.
Yeah, Dish. Yeah, and
was-
and he hit it way closer.
That's
Wow.
significantly
I
better than my.
I didn't realize Dishman was so strong.
I was
He hit the
enjoying.
speed slot.
Oh, you got
That
that
speed
slot.
slot.
The freaking cart pass strikes again.
That's significantly. I had 265 in on my second shot. I had a nice block I blocked it into number 1 fairway, 265 out to a 3-wood to 10 feet off the green. The best 3-wood of the day too. But
You just need to play it off number 1. That's the absolute best strategy.
That I hit it, and I'm like, there's one of two things here. Either this thing turns over, and I gotta hope I can get through the tree line, or I'm just gonna leave it dead straight, and I'm gonna kill Kevin Keeney on the tee box on one. Those are my two options. And I hit it, and I get up there, and he goes, "Oh, hey, what's up, bud?" I was like, "I saved your life, and you'll never know it." But I you know what, I do want to talk about it a little bit more. I feel like we didn't highlight it enough. Casey Carnes called out. He's like, let's talk more about Casey's round. Casey, I know you don't necessarily love to talk about yourself, but I gotta, for those of you out there who don't play with Casey a lot, or those of you who don't kind of know how Casey's kind of working his game right now and kind of things like that. Casey, talk us through just some of the, especially this weekend. What went right this weekend? Did something click? Did something just kind of feel right this weekend? What was your mentality playing that round on Sunday?
Well, it wasn't really up to just this past Sunday. Ever since we got back from that Kohler trip, Tour Travels back in May, I made it. I wanted to create new habits. So what I've done is once or twice a week, I'm going to just San Pedro, and I'm working on swings, and I'm just swinging, and I'm trying to just, zero in everything. And I tell you, I've been working on this putting drill, and I don't know who invented it or someone just told me this putting drill once upon a time, and I've stuck with it. It's a 3-6-9. And what that is that I take my putter and I do 3 foot, 6 foot, 9 foot, and I do three balls at each distance. And basically, kind of like when you were growing up playing junior jazz or basketball, coach always told you can't leave till you make 10 free throws in a row, or you make 10 free throws, right? So I kind of do the same thing. I do a 3-6-9, and you have to make all 3 putts before you move to the next distance. And you have to make all 3 putts before you move, but you have to make them all in a row. So it's 9 putts in a row. If you miss, you're going back to the beginning. Now you might think that 3-6-9, 3-footers are nothing, but I tell you, it's one of the best drills that I've played with. So going through, 45 minutes of just missing them and then finally making it and going home, the grind on those putts, I think, gave me a little more confidence on putts out in the tournament, standing over them. And then, just thinking to myself, well, look, this is a 6-footer. You've made, countless weeks of 45 minutes of this 6-footer. Just go and make it. So that's kind of part of what's gone into the grind. And then also, I've had a couple good conversations with a couple friends. One of them, Casey Carnes. I've had some good conversations. When I went and played in that GSA event, it was my first time ever playing in that. First day I didn't do well. Second day, I started the front 3 under, and I got to the back and I kind of blew up. Went 33-44. So first time I'd done that. I could say I've done that. But I basically talked to Carnes and asked, how do you handle playing under par? I've reached 1 under before, or I've reached par and I've played like that, but I've never played under par early in a tournament. And I just, asking a couple other people for advice and how to handle it and how to play it. And it's kind of like in his interview last week, he talked about where he checks Golf Genius every single hole. And I did that this week. Now, typically, I check it once every 6 holes because I don't really care. But, it's kind of like what he said. If you're doing that, and let's say you check it with 6 holes left and you're losing by 2, well, what if in those last 6 holes, only 2 of those holes are gettable? Now you're forcing it and having to make things happen. So I think checking it every single hole and knowing what holes in front of you are the ones that are gettable, I don't know. I started putting a bunch of things together, and you know what? I had a great group to play with that contributed to that, and man, everything just lined up. Felt good. I can't wait to go play again.
I want to say something, Casey, that really, really caught my attention that I want to applaud you for. I mean, this is arguably the best putter on the ACGT tour, and he just told you that
exactly
he sat there and he worked on his putting for 45 to 60 minutes at San Pedro this past week, and it's for reasons like that he is. I mean, I don't care how good any facet of your game is, you can always work on it and you can always get a little bit better. So to anyone watching at home or listening, I don't care how good you hit that driver. You always should spend some time swinging it, working on some things, putter, chipping around the greens. You are never too good to not practice a certain facet of the game. So great job, Case. I wanted to point that out. I think that's spectacular.
Appreciate that. Thanks.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing. I'm like, this is why he's the best putter on tour. That's why that Nike putter is always
method.
Allegedly. Yeah.
Well, guys, we are at the 1 hour and 8 mark. I hate Jason Bird being right about time on the show and how long we go. So with that being said,
just Jason Bird being right part.
His Bird being right part 95.
I hate him. I hate that guy.
Bird says it's gotta be true.
Like if it's Bird, it's
that's your fact check right there, Bird.
I thought Casey's story was a bit inspirational. I think I want to change my habits.
I mean, if you don't feel the need to go out to the golf course tomorrow and work on your putting or go work on that thing, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I can't wait to go hit golf balls tomorrow or go practice my putting and just be thinking. And to be honest, I'll be honest with you, Case. I was keeping eyes on Golf Genius the entire day. I didn't get my round off to how I wanted. I played good on the back 9 and kind of got some stuff going, but I was watching you the whole time, honestly, because I was just like, this is awesome. Like, let's go, Casey. Let's go, Casey. Let's go, Casey. And just seeing you, I caught glimpses of you, and then watching you walk down 18 or 9 there and stuff like that. man, I was just excited to see that round come together for you. I know because again, know you've been working on it. I know it's been a continual thing, but it was really cool to see. And I think everyone was just excited to see you do that.
I'm super happy for him. I
Now
know it's been more than just a golf journey for him. It's more of a whole health journey for him.
Yep.
And you know, I've had that same struggle myself, and I know the feeling of having the breakthroughs. You know, I had the same experience. You know, I had a bunch of frustrating rounds where I'd be on the practice round and, you know, shoot low scores, and then I couldn't take it to the tournament, and I had my own breakthrough, and I know that feeling. So I'm happy Casey had it too.
I remember Birdman when you were 6 or 7 deep at Brack. I remember that.
What he's saying is keep it up, Casey. You'll have the level of confidence that Jason Bird has.
The other Casey and I were doing that day. I remember him coming up to me on like 14 tee boxes and saying, keep it up or something like that. But yeah, I don't remember how far we got in. I know I bogeyed the last 2 holes and shot 6 under. So I guess I was at one point, both of him and I were like 8 under or something like that.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yep. Shout out Will Griffin. Thanks for watching, man. Well, guys,
at 3 under at the front of almost. I mean, that's 2 of work.
That's some pretty
10 putts.
golf. 10 putts.
Oh my god. All right, can we just end this? I'm done with this guy now. I'm done here. I'm done with the happy go 10.
All right, I'm signing.
I hate him.
There's going to be a crowd at San Pedro now. Everyone's just like, I got to go practice that putt.
I had 37 putts at Riverside. I hate this guy.
Wow.
I mean, but that's you know what? That's the kind of stuff. That's what gets under par rounds.
That's right.
And you know
the
what?
Putts low, you're going to score low. I mean, that's just.
Or you're just having the best scrambling day of your life.
Right.
All right, guys. Let's go around the horn real quick. Let's start off. I'm gonna go diagonal here. DH, what do you got? Any closing thoughts for the night?
I want to say congratulations again to all our flight winners at Riverside this past weekend. Great job. Again, rounding out the form. We're getting into the end of the season here. We've got the Mission Del Lago MDL coming up August 21st. We've got Northern Hills 2-person best ball coming up September 3rd. We got PC Open coming up following that. So, I mean, we're talking a lot of points still up for grabs. A lot of shifting can be done in that top 10, that top 50. But again, bring it now. Congratulations to our flight winners. Casey Graham, great job on your cookie victory. And sign up early. The events will sell out. And I hope to see you all at Mission.
Awesome. Thanks, DH. Casey Graham, any closing thoughts for the night?
Now, Dustin touched on it there at the end there. I was just going to remind everybody, sign up early. We will sell out. I know sometimes we put you on a waiting list, but those don't always get to jump on. And that last team event we had at Brack where we had so many teams on a waiting list, well, now go get in that other team event that we have at Northern Hills. Sign up early. That way you can play.
Yep.
Would have had 190 if everyone on the waiting list got into that event. It would have been 190 people.
It's just
Jay Bird. Wow. Any thoughts, comments, concerns?
I mean, I had a thought earlier in this telecast or podcast or some cast of some sort. Ruben said that they were going to finish up the sodding project at Mission Del Lago, and I mean, it hit me that, you know, our partners at the trail, they can take a beating in the public forums, you know, when pace of play is slow or when conditions are not so good. You know, everyone knows we're in some historic drought. I think I saw on TV that it's the driest January through August on record for San Antonio. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just objectively been pretty brutal to grow turf. And just to hear that the trail's dropping sod at Mission Del Lago, which, you know, everybody would tell you is probably the lesser of the trail courses, is it's good to hear. I mean, they're trying, they're doing their best. Sod's not cheap. I know how much sod costs. I know they're dropping it at Willow, and Willow's got a new superintendent. So hopefully that they can turn that around there at Willow, and it looks like they're turning it around at Mission. So, you know, I just don't I don't think sometimes that the trail gets enough kudos when they do good things, and I think sometimes they take a beating online when they do, what every course goes through. Sometimes it's legitimate and sometimes it's not. And so I just want to give kudos where kudos is due. And it's good to hear that even they're dropping sod at Mission Del Lago. So no course is being, left out of the maintenance plans.
Yep, absolutely. I don't think people realize that these guys, no one wants to put out a bad product. That's not the goal. Anything that gets called out, and I know Ruben said it, Travis said it, we can say it 1,000 times. Anything that people are getting online to complain about, the guys there are well aware of it long before the people online are commenting and know it, and they want to fix it, and they're working on it. And again, we're in unique conditions that the courses have to fight against, and golf being as popular as it is right now, these courses are just seeing far more play than they have in past years. So
Mother Nature is tough to beat, and they've been doing a good job.
But Brack's a great example of the tour saying, "Hey, let's go fix the things that we can fix, and let's address these things and get the course back to where we know it can be, but be patient." And they've proved that the results are well worth the wait. So big shout out to them. Big shout out to
there, Bird.
Big shout out to our sponsors as well: Goosehead Insurance, Sexton Agency. Appreciate Sean, everything that he does. We have QR codes, all that kind of stuff out there. Reach out to them for any of your insurance needs, as well as Elevated Logistics, same-day delivery leaders in Texas. Give Rick Hoynesy a call at that number below, 888-402-6670. He'll get you taken care of. And a big shout out to the Cake Place and More. Amazing work there with the cookies, as always. We've got some cool stuff coming down the pipeline for that. And guys, that kind of wraps up the night. Appreciate everyone joining. Casey Graham, excited that you got to make your debut, man, and coming off a win, looking good in that shirt.
Thank you,
it's
David Falconer. Thank you.
Big shout out to Dave Falconer there. That's a good call out. That shirt is rocking. And guys, that's it. I mean, again, we appreciate everyone out there tonight joining, watching. Big shout out to the guys here. Appreciate all you guys do. And we will see you guys at Mission, and we'll see y'all next week on Tuesday. And y'all have a good night.
Sign up early. Good night, everyone.
Sign up early. Bring your chippers.